Phoenix, a U.S. judge in Arizona sided Wednesday with migrants who have long complained about inhumane and unsanitary conditions in some U.S. Border Patrol facilities in the state.
The ruling came weeks after the conclusion of a 7-day trial in which attorneys for migrants who sued in 2015 argued that the agency holds immigrants in extremely cold, overcrowded, unsanitary and inhumane conditions.
The order makes permanent a preliminary injunction that U.S. District Judge David C. Berry issued in 2016 requiring the Tucson sector to provide clean mats and thin blankets to migrants held for longer than 12 hours and to allow them to clean themselves.
It also bars the agency from holding migrants more than 48 hours if they've been fully processed, which is common when other agencies involved in taking the migrants, such as Immigration and Customs Enforcement, don't have the capacity to pick them up in a reasonable amount of time.
Berry is also banning the use of bathrooms for sleeping, which came to light during the trial this year, when video was shown of a man trying to reach a bathroom but failing to because migrants were sleeping in them.
Although the lawsuit predates last year's surge in immigrant arrivals, it illustrates some of the challenges posed when migrants are detained, especially if they are children.
In his order Wednesday, Berry wrote that the Border Patrol and its parent agencies, or the defendants in the case, administer a detention system that deprives detainees, who are held in CBP stations, Tucson sector, longer than 48 hours, of conditions of confinement that meet basic human needs.
Berry has been critical of the agency, saying it has done little to remedy issues, especially around overcrowding and migrants' inability to sleep.
Nobody has done anything. Is that why a court has to jump in? Berry asked during the last day of trial on January 22. It just seems like the lack of a response to these numbers just calls for a court order.
Government attorneys say plaintiffs didn't prove the agency violated any constitutional rights. It says many things are out of the agency control, such as whether other agencies involved in taking migrants have capacity.
Its facilities were built of short-term stays, for adults. Holding cells are in odd shapes, reducing the number of sleeping mats that can comfortably fit on the ground. On nights when agents arrest large groups of people, or when other agencies involved in immigration don't have the capacity to pick them up, cells become extremely overcrowded.
A video displayed on the opening day of the trial showed a man walking over body after body as he tried to make his way to the bathroom. Once there, he realized all stalls had people sleeping in them.
Migrants have long decried conditions in Border Patrol facilities, now infamously known as hieleras, or iceboxes. And although the Tucson sector hasn't experienced the massive number of immigrants that other parts of the southwest border has, the number of hours that migrants spend in custody there has continued to grow.
About 12,000 people were in custody for more than 72 hours in the Tucson sector last year, or about 20%. The average time in custody was nearly 54 hours.